Codependency No More. How to Get Yourself Out of Codependent Relationships, written by Matt Black. Narrated by David Brinkley. Introduction. Many people are in dysfunctional relationships without knowing they are. This kind of relationship is one-sided, symbiotic, and unhealthy in nature. Psychologists have found a word for people in these relationships, though. They call them codependents. Codependency is characterized by a person belonging to a dysfunctional, one-sided relationship where one person relies on the other for meeting nearly all their emotional and self-esteem needs. It also describes a relationship that enables one person to maintain their irresponsible, addictive, or underachieving behavior. Do you expend all your energy in meeting your partner's needs? Do you feel trapped in your relationship? Are you the one that's constantly making sacrifices in your relationship? Then you may be in a codependent relationship. The term codependency has been around for decades, although originally it applied to spouses of alcoholics, first called co-alcoholics. Researchers revealed that the characteristics of codependence were much more prevalent in the general population than they had previously imagined. In fact, they found that if you were raised in a dysfunctional family or had an ill parent, you could also be codependent. Researchers also found that codependent symptoms got worse if left untreated. The good news is that they're reversible. Symptoms of codependency. The following is a list of symptoms of codependency and being in a codependent relationship. You don't need to have all of them to qualify as codependent. Low self-esteem. Feeling that you're not good enough or comparing yourself to others are signs of low self-esteem. The tricky thing about self-esteem is that some people think highly of themselves, but it's only a disguise. They actually feel unlovable or inadequate. Underneath, usually hidden from consciousness, are feelings of shame. Guilt and perfectionism often go along with low self-esteem. If everything is perfect, you don't feel bad about yourself. People-pleasing. It's fine to want to please someone you care about, but codependents usually don't think they have a choice. Saying no causes them anxiety. Some codependents have a hard time saying no to anyone. They go out of their way and sacrifice their own needs to accommodate other people. Poor boundaries. Boundaries are sort of an imaginary line between you and others. It divides up what's yours and what's somebody else's, and that applies not only to your body, money, and belongings, but also to your feelings, thoughts, and needs. That's especially where codependents get into trouble. They have blurry or weak boundaries. They feel responsible for other people's feelings and problems or blame their own on someone else. Some codependents have rigid boundaries. They are closed off and withdrawn, making it hard for other people to get close to them. Sometimes people flip back and forth between having weak boundaries and having rigid ones. Reactivity. A consequence of poor boundaries is that you react to everyone's thoughts and feelings. If someone says something you disagree with, you either believe it or become defensive. You absorb their words because there's no boundary. With a boundary, you'd realize it was just their opinion and not a reflection of you, and not feel threatened by disagreements. Caretaking. Another effect of poor boundaries is that if someone else has a problem, you want to help them to the point that you give up yourself. It's natural to feel empathy and sympathy for someone, but codependents start putting other people ahead of themselves. In fact, they need to help and might feel rejected if another person doesn't want help. Moreover, they keep trying to help and fix the other person, even when that person clearly isn't taking their advice. Control. Control helps codependents feel safe and secure. Everyone needs some control over events in their life. You wouldn't want
Sample complete. Ready to continue?